another contingent that are basically saying, Christianity is what got us this mess because we don't have any way of striking back against people because we're supposed to turn the other cheek. Likewise, this pacifism has allowed this cultural Marxism, for lack of a better term, to overtake us. So what do you say to them? That's a difficult one, I think.
Well, there's a few ways you look at it. First of all, the Republican Party politics has not been turning the other cheek. They have gone to wars that were based on lies.
Right.
How many people came back from those wars with PTSD? How many people came back with broken marriages? How many people came back with children angry and alienated from their fathers and their mothers? That's the Republican Party's legacy for generations, and the Democrats too. But the point is, we haven't seen the party of peace and nonviolence. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen a party that says, wait a second, how are we actually going to, conduct ourselves in a way that is in keeping with the spirit of God desires mercy, not sacrifice? What we have seen instead is mercy via sacrifice in the form of shock and awe in Iraq, in Libya, and Syria. Oh, we're giving mercy to the women of Iraq, but we got to shock and awe them into that mercy. That's sacrificial violence. That's not mercy. And that's therefore they don't know what spirit they're speaking from. They're speaking from a spirit that is against Christ. So if you do lip service, and here's the interesting thing, it's kind of hard to parse this out because there is on one layer, the Lindsey Graham, Mitt Romney style Republicanism, which rhetorically kind of turned the other cheek, right? Rhetorically, the Democrats will go hard on them and they'll say, no, I'm above the fray. So there's a kind of, there's like a superficial version of not going for the throat the way the Democrats do. But see, then the new right looks at that and they say, see, David, that's what you're doing. It's like, no, that's not what I'm doing. What I'm talking about is Mitt Romney and Lindsey Graham blow people's bodies apart all over the globe. Yeah. And then they use mild rhetoric because they're false opposition, they're fake opposition. Right. So it looks like they come in that spirit that I'm coming in of turning the other cheek, but they're not. It's like a fake version of it because it's just it's a thin veneer. But the reality is flesh and blood victims are being destroyed. Money is being looted by the tune of trillions of dollars by the Republican Party for decades. You had the Patriot Act predating on neighbors, which now has turned on the right. You had torture. You had black site rendition. You had, people in Iraq are still dealing with cancers. People who are soldiers in Iraq are still dealing with cancers. People in Vietnam are still dealing with cancers and diseases. You have a whole globe filled with carnage. And these guys want to tell us, David, we've done enough of that turn the other cheek conservatism. Let's try some tough stuff. It's like, you are stupid. You don't even know what you're looking at. I mean, you're a fool. Yeah. You're morally stupid here, morally stupid because, and historically ignorant because there's nothing to support that, Like, what did George W. Bush do that was turning the other cheek?
Yeah. Right.
What did John McCain do leaving those POWs over there? That's turning the other cheek? Right. I mean, come on. It's an embarrassment,